Hey YouTubers, this is Ron, aka Bill7974. I needed something hard to work on, something very interesting to go ahead and do, and haven't done this for quite a while, many years, and saw this on Amazon, went ahead and bought it, and with the servos and the motor, and it's quite a challenge, and I want to go ahead and give you some hints and reviews. Stay tuned. This is a Dancing Wings Hobby Balsa model kit, the Cessna 150 aircraft, and it came within about a couple of weeks. Made in China, and as you can see, the box and has the wrap. Includes the motor and your motor connections and your prop and all your electrical connections and your servos here for the wings, rudders, elevators, and etc. Yeah, so I told you it's a Dancing Wings Hobby kit, and there's all the specifications. Includes the motor, ESC, the servo, battery, radio, if you bought those, and some of the items that you need, but these will look a little too rough for that balsa wood model airplane, not unless it's less than 220 grit. And what I found out is when you start building this thing, they could have included more pages on the build. And I'm going to go over some things here with you that they don't show you. And for example, these pieces here, they're actually in reverse of this picture. They go in this way and then down. Here it shows, it looks like they go in that way. Not true. You just flip them around, and I'll show you when you go to the model. When you start building this thing on the Cessna, they start off real good. However, here you're building the fuselage assembly, and here's the underneath. And then you start building the outside of the fuselage, and sometimes the way they have taken their pictures and the way they name things is a little bit different than the American standard. And see, it says F5 here, F5 here. Well, let me show you something here on the printout here. F5 right there. There's a piece that goes right there and connects into this piece here. I'll show you here. And what they've done, let me see if I can, they show it right there. They don't say anything about that, but that's F5 inside the airplane looking through the window. It's right there. And I actually put this piece in after everything, but you got to make sure that goes in. And I think what you can do is put it in before the windshield. When I did do it afterwards, hot rodded it. I'm working on the stringers right now, front to rear, and messing around with the ones in the back and making sure that the rudders and elevators get their due. And as a matter of fact, this piece here, you should put it on after you've put your rudder and elevator linkages in. And they give you this plastic tubing in here that they don't show you what it's used for. And but I kind of figured out the steel piano wire goes through there, next from the servo, connects to the rudder. As they show, oh, lost it. As they show right here. And what they done, they put the piano wire inside that plastic tube, which makes it nice. Like I said, I'm working on these stringers from the front to the rear, and there's a couple of them. Like this one here goes the front to the rear, and it kind of stops right there. And some of the others you have here, from here, goes all the way to the rear end of the tail. And when it's all done, you just go ahead and push that down, the rubber band around there, and glue it. And the other pieces right here. Okay, coming down to when you're building the front of the cow, the engine, no problem there. However, there's one piece here they don't show. I wrote it in, A1. A1 goes right there, and with a little bit of push and cement, it'll fit smooth. You can see the windshield is right there. And again, they don't show that to you. Oh, there you go. This is B5. This piece here goes from here all the way back up till here, the tail section. And also they don't tell you that I had to trim off about 3/8 of an inch on the tail here. Okay, back to the fuselage. F25, this is the piece that goes in the middle of the tail section. You can put that in when you're building the fuselage. As you follow this around, when you start building your plane, you come up here, and at the very top is the other pieces here, kind of self-explanatory. And F26, I wouldn't put that in right now. Don't even bother gluing it in, because you got other things to deal with. The piano wire that fits in here and those plastic tubes. So I wouldn't even put 26 in here. I'll just go ahead and make sure it fits, dry fit it. And then you have the other piece, F14. Okay, underneath, there's F25 here, right in the middle. There's some of the stringers I was showing you earlier. F14. F14, you can go ahead and put that in after you've put your say rudder and elevator controls in. And as you can see how I made mine right there onto the side. And that one's for the elevator. And this one here, this side over here is for the rudder. Made a little mistake. Barely see that plastic tube right there. And okay, there's F14 right there. Should sit flat and flush. So your tail assembly will sit flat and flush, as the same.